Hey guys, it's Anna. Today we're going to be making these lovely little candle holders. Well, I guess this one isn't so little. These are great for spells because you can get creative with what you put here. I've used flowers and leaves that I found outside. So let's get started. What you're going to need to make these candle holders is old cardboard, a rectangular pattern, I'm just using a DVD case, wax paper, skewers, scissors, marker, tape. For mine, I used clear tape because I added the skewers on the edges, but instead of adding the skewers, you can use electrical tape like I have here. An iron, and a hot glue gun. Let's get started. To start, you need your cardboard, your pattern, and your marker. So lay your pattern flat and trace it with your marker. Now my CD case has rounded edges, so when I cut this out, I'm just going to straighten up the edges so it's more square. Then you're just going to take your scissors and cut your pattern out. Now that I've gotten my pattern cut out, I'm going to make the base. And you can use the wax paper for the base. For me, I would rather have a cardboard base to have more sturdy. So you're going to take your CD case or your pattern, whatever you used. If you freehanded it, take your pattern, lay it flat, and trace one side. Line it up and trace that side until you get a square, because this is going to be your pattern for the bottom or the bottom, depending on your preference. And now that you've got your pattern drawn, cut it out. Once you have your little pattern cut out, you can head outside. As a side note, I'm in a smaller pattern for a tea light. It doesn't matter what size your candle is, you can adjust your pattern, especially for your candles. I'm back inside, and what we're going to need now is leaves or flowers. And this is where you can get really creative. You can make candles for special spells by using certain herbs or flowers. You can make them special to your own personality, because this is a mint leaf. And mint, I don't know why, but I absolutely can't get enough of mint. You're going to need your wax paper, a marker, scissors, and your iron over here. So my iron is turned down on low, and what I'm going to do is you're going to need 8 pieces of wax paper using your pattern. So I'm just going to lay out a fairly large piece, and I find it easier if you fold it over, because what you're going to do is you're going to create a double-sided, because you're going to need 2 pieces per side. So I just fold mine over. You can cut twice as many at a time. And so what I do is I just trace my pattern onto my wax paper using my marker. So what I did is I traced my pattern onto my wax paper, and I'm going to do that a total of 4 times, so I get 8 pieces of paper. I have 2 on this sheet and 2 on another sheet. Now what you're going to do is cut them out. For this, leave about 1 centimeter on each side of your paper. This way, it gives you a little room when you end up putting them together once you've pressed your flowers inside. And then you just cut off the excess once they're pressed. Have my 8 pieces of wax paper to cut, and it's time to start pressing. Starting with 2 sheets, lay down your bottom sheet and take your leaves and your flowers and lay them on top in any design you want. Make sure they are not on the edge. This will create air bubbles and then it will not seal properly. So once you have a setup you like, take your top layer, lay it on top, take your iron, press those bad boys down. And this is what one side of your lantern will look like. Continue with all 4 sides until you have. So once you have your pressed leaves, you take your base and you take your tape and you tape this to your base. I do recommend clear tape for the bottom, but I'm using the electrical tape right now to give you a visual. And you're going to do that on the back as well. And since this I used an old Mountain Dew kit for the cardboard, you can just paint this or cover it in electrical tape or duct tape. So you're just going to do that for all 4 sides. Now you have something that looks like this. You're just going to tape the edges. This part is a little difficult. Do it a little tiny piece of tape at a time. Makes it a lot easier. And then you're going to end up like this. For added bonus, you can take a skewer, trim off the top, and then hot glue it onto the corners like I've done here. I'm just going to do this last one. And since I went with the cardboard base for mine, I can transport the candle. And since I went with the cardboard base, I can transport my candle holder with the candle in it without worry that the base will rip. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you create it, I hope you leave me a video response because I'd love to see your recreations. I hope you liked this video. If you recreate it, leave me a video response. I would love to see your recreations. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you tried it out, leave me a video response because I would love to see your recreations. Thanks for watching. Blessed be. So once you're done, here's your finished product. All you need to do is put your candle inside and light it. Please do be careful with matches or any other type of fire source. You don't want to burn yourself. Let me turn off all of the lights. Darkness. This is what it looks like. If you liked this video, give me a thumbs up. If you recreated what I've done, leave me a video response because I would love to see how you made it your own. Thanks for watching. Blessed be.